Welcome to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source, and we're here with an amazing lineup today. In fact, we have some special friends of the Tucson Tasty Show, Mimi from We Care Tucson. We also had a last-minute stand-in. Thank you for being available, Chef Logan from Pin and Flour. That would have been bad. Pin and Flour. We also have our anchor guest co-host Cody Peck of Network Outdoors, and your financial guy Cody Peck as well. So he still does financial work. If you want to get a hold of him, just call on the show 520-790-2040. You can ask him any question related to food.
Correct.
We would not be the Tucson Tasty Show without all of our amazing sponsors. So the Tucson Tasty Show is brought to you by Vera Oral Premium Beef, Your Financial Guide, Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra Marketing, Print and Mail, SACA, which is Southern Arizona Art and Cultural Alliance. And don't forget to friend, follow, like, subscribe, share, and repeat. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, maybe, and all over. So some really cool stuff. Beating our heads against the wall, trying to get the technology to cooperate today was it was difficult, but we got there in the end. And you were no help, Cody.
You're welcome. I had to deal
Awesome.
with something else.
So you have to stay through the whole show because we do have a special guest at the end. We have a call in from Chef Brian Duffy, and we're excited to have him on the show and talk to him about everything that he's got going on. So without further ado, why don't we talk about Tech Fest really quick?
Sure. So Tech Fest is a free community event located at the We Care Tucson store, which is 3029 North Stone, just south of Fort Lowell. It's going to start at 10 a.m. and run to 2. There'll be a gaming truck. There'll be carnival games for the kids.
Ooh.
And we have food trucks. Colonel Mustard will be there, and
Yes.
kids
Nice.
get a free ticket to get a free hot dog.
Just a simple hot dog, though, with only mustard, because if you put ketchup on a hot dog, you're a heathen.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Absolutely a heathen for only mustard.
Thank you.
Yes. I was raised right. And kids will get a raffle ticket and can earn more. And we have lots of fun raffle prizes, laptops, Kindles, other kind of fun things, and other tech-related stuff going on. Plus, we have a resource fair. Lots of community resources that will be available for parents to check out. And all of this, again, is free. So next Saturday, the 5th, from 10 to 2 at 3029 North Stone.
Perfect. And if people can't make it, how can they help or donate?
You can go to our website and donate and find out all the things we have. It's at wecaretucson.org. We also have a real quick plug for our School Day Out program on October 10th. It is featuring robotics, so they're going to build robotics. Again, it is a free offering to kids, and then we provide lunch. It's limited space, but there's still a few openings, and you can find that on our website as well.
Beautiful. And that website again?
wecaretucson.org.
Perfect. And thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It was really exciting to send out an email about what's going on and the flyer and everything to all the different people that are in our world right now, and most of them came back with, "Oh, we love Mimi." So
That's
it's you are well traveled. Thank you.
Thank you. It's nice to hear that.
Cody, are you going to be okay over there with the camera?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
fair
think
enough.
we finally figured a position with it for a second.
Most of your face is hidden, but that's okay. And then
we'll fix it at the break.
thank you so much for coming in, Mimi.
Thanks for having me. I really
course.
appreciate it.
Have you heard about the Network Outdoors Wild Game Dinner?
I did hear about that. I read about that. I love wild game. It sounded so cool.
We have a
Wow.
pretty cool, it's going to be a lot of fun because we're doing an expo and a dinner, and we have an update.
Uh-oh. Update.
Yes, we will be switching, ending up having to switch the date. Little issue on some scheduling stuff going on, but that will be should be November 9th now.
November 9th.
Oh,
So
yep.
everybody needs to get that updated. November
I will update the
9th.
Eventbrite, and we should be over there, and that should all be finalized hopefully the next day.
Perfect. That's exciting. And if all else fails, Chef Logan said that we can hang out with him.
Oh yeah.
Sure, we'll throw the whole party over there.
Yep,
Perfect.
Exactly.
All right. So Wild Game Dinner is pretty amazing because it helps a couple charities. Who are the charities?
So we are working with donating over to 4-H this year, and then they also have most of you are probably familiar with the fact that they do farm animals, but they also have a shooting program
Mm-hmm.
and archery program. So those programs will be funded with some of the money, and then we'll donate some over to SCI, which is a hunter conservation group.
Very
That's
cool.
known
And
worldwide.
what do they do with the conservation group?
Well, they've actually been in charge of helping track certain animals and other predators and help fund the education around them and bring them back from extinction.
Yeah.
And they believe in hunters' rights. So
All right. So there it is. And 4-H, you can never miss with 4-H. I mean, it's a great program. It shows a lot to kids. It gets them out of the house and out from behind their phones and devices and everything else. So
Absolutely.
yeah, they have a variety of programs, and I don't think a lot of people understand they also help run programs for shooting for youth and
mhm.
archery for youth and other programs on that besides just farming.
Right. Fair enough. And then we have Food Truck Food Fights. So Food Truck Food Fights is in line with the Arizona Bowl, and that's Snoop Dogg's Arizona Bowl, brought to you by Gin and Juice by Dr. Dre and Snoop. It's a long title, but it's the Food Truck Food Fights is going to be a lot of fun because it's a bracketed event. It is literally the road to the Arizona Bowl for the food trucks, and we're gonna have elimination rounds leading up. We have 5 events. We're gonna have live music because we partnered up with Tucson Loves Music, and that's TucsonLovesMusic.com for all of your music needs, because they have a list of practically all the live music that you can find in Tucson, if not all of them, which is really great. And then we also have it's going to be a blast, and those food trucks do some incredible stuff out of a kitchen that moves. So
Yeah.
it just
In their limited space, I just see. I'm like, yeah, some of them really blow me away with what they pull off. So
well, and that was from Chef Logan. So everybody, so yeah. But we're proud to be a part of that and be running that. So if you want to get involved with the Food Truck Food Fights, please reach out to the Tucson Tasty Show at gmail.com. That's the Tucson Tasty Show at gmail.com. So what's next, Cody? What's the update we have next? Oh, Tucson Night Fights is not Monday.
It's not
Ooh, they
Monday.
moved it,
No,
huh?
yeah, they bumped it to a week from Monday, and it's going to be at our Union Public House, and which is going to be a blast. But it's the Monday after Iron Chef Tucson, and Iron Chef Tucson is on October 5th. So it's the 7th of October. But October 5th, we're going to be out at the Iron Chef Tucson, and hopefully we'll be able to broadcast live from there, because that would just be fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah. We're working on it. There's a lot of moving parts happening right now with the Tucson Tasty Show. Awesome. So, do you have any other wonderful tips or trivia for us, Mimi?
Trivia. How about pickleball players?
Uh-oh.
We've got the Picklicious Jingle Jam coming
I
up
have worked
December 6th, 7th,
a
and
year
8th.
long to not bring pickleball up onto the show, and here it is, everyone.
But
No.
it ties in because we actually were going to have a barbecue as part of the event
Oh, that's so cool.
on the 7th. and that's open to anybody. You don't have to play pickleball. You can buy tickets are separate, and we have a band, so music, like you just mentioned.
Beautiful.
Element 119 is playing live, so it's live band.
Oh,
So it'll
cool.
be a lot of fun.
That's awesome. And where's it at?
It's at the Tucson Racket Club.
Okay,
But
awesome.
you
Is
can
that
find
over by?
it's on Country Club.
Okay.
The Country Club ends at the river.
Perfect.
That doesn't run.
Yep.
Awesome. So, thank you for joining us. When we come back, we're gonna have a fun interview with Chef Logan. I actually sat in his office and kind of gave him the third degree, if you will. And to that point, it's gonna be a lot of fun to get into your story because you have an amazing story about how you got to where you are and your driving passion. So you got to stay through the break. I'm Wesley Source, your host of the Tucson Tasty Show. We'll be right back with Cody and more from Chef Logan. Special thank you to our sponsors, Saka, Vera Earl Premium Beef, your financial guy, Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra Marketing, Print and Mail, and of course, Stay Tasty Tucson. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source. We're here with Chef Logan and Cody. We're having a grand old time. We had to get some housekeeping out of the way and talk about all the amazing events that are coming up soon. So you got to check out, really just go to the tastyshow.com. That's the tastyshow.com.
Get on the newsletter.
And, get on the newsletter, right.
Subscribe to the calendar.
And, you can't subscribe to the calendar because I don't have a calendar up. But if you sign up for the newsletter, the email letter, then you get updates to all the events as we add them. So you can go to the Coffee with the Tasty Show. You can go to
Get free
Game
coffee.
Dinner, you actually do get a free cup of coffee. And we have to set that up with the Eddie.
Yeah.
So we can do Coffee with the Tasty Show at the Eddie. And all you have to do is buy one of our blue logoed mugs. And I have them out in the truck, but today we're just drinking the scented leaf drinks, but because they're delicious.
Delicioso.
They're nice and hydrating. But the blue logoed mugs, kind of like this actually, are pretty great because they're 16
big.
ounces, and you get one free cup of coffee for every time you show up for Coffee with the Tucson Tasty Show. So they literally pay for themselves, like after 6 visits, if that,
17.
in a year.
No.
But yeah, so you can order those online. You can pick them up directly from the printer, or we'll ship them out to your house. We're figuring out shipping, so don't panic if it says that it's really expensive, but we'll get there. All right, Chef Logan.
Good afternoon. How's it going?
It is now time.
Excellent.
So you're a chef at Pin and Flower.
Yep, Pin and Flower.
And how long have you been over there?
I've been at Pin and Flowers a little before we opened. We opened March 16, 2023. We still had a dirt parking lot, still concrete floors, no glass in the building. I was chef de cuisine at Gallery Golf Club up in Dove Mountain before I took this job on. Got the offer, saw a lot of opportunity within the hotel. I was mounting TVs before. I was actually opening up in the kitchen doing chef's work. So come a long way from where I started opening and to where we're at now in our second year of business. So it's been amazing to see the growth, the opportunity for everybody in the hotel. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yes.
First for me as well, going that far back into the bones of a place being built. So it's been
That's awesome.
Yeah, built all the racks, just got everything ordered in, designed the kitchen. So it's been a godsend opportunity for me.
What has been your biggest inspiration as far as being a chef? Why did you want to become a chef?
Biggest inspiration, I think, for me is, one, I hold a lot of value into the culinary world, so I don't like things going sideways. So I always tell people, we could either put change into the game or we could put change into the couch. Let's take some food pride here and really take into what we do as cooks, as chefs, as dishwashers, as servers. I've always admired the hard work behind it. So it was always just something I've had high drive for to make succeed, not only for myself, but for everyone that's there along with me.
Right.
So the leadership aspect of being a chef and, kind of getting yourself to a certain point and bringing those up around you that want to do it the same way is one of the biggest challenges. But you lead right and, you want people to work alongside with you. It's nice. It's fun. So
What was that moment for you when you were like, oh no, I'm the leader, I'm the one that's in charge of this, and I'm responsible for making sure that all these people around me succeed as well.
Um, the hardest part, the biggest eye-opening part was being the one that wanted to do it and to do it right and to be there for the employees and for the staff. And then once I got to that point was the biggest eye-opener. It's like, okay, now I'm actually accountable and responsible for what I wanted to do as a chef and as a leader. So it was kind of like, okay, so I'm here, I made it. Now it's actually time to stick to your guns and bring people and lift them up alongside with you. So
Of course. Cody, do you have any questions?
So how did you come up with the name?
Chef Logan?
No, Pin and Flower.
So the Eddie Hotel, Eddie O'Connell is the great grandfather of Jim O'Connell, the owner of the hotel. So we are a boutique tapestry Hilton. So each of those hotels has to have a cool story behind it. At the turn of the 20th century in Montana and Wyoming, when they were doing the gold rushes, he moved up from Iowa and started bakeries for those boom towns with the gold rushes and the miners that were going in as their daily bread. That was kind of their biggest, something to get food on the table once they got home.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing 2,000 loaves a day out of the 3 bakeries that they had up in Montana. So that's the namesake, and the history behind the hotel is his bakeries. And then they went into hospitality in the 30s and 40s and built hotels up in Montana. They took a break till the 60s, 70s, sold the bakeries off, went into banking, so banking from bakeries. And then in the late 70s, they got back into hospitality.
That makes sense.
And then, so I know, right? But the Pin and Flower itself, is we do a lot of baking. We do our dinner rolls. We do a demi baguette. We also work in partnership with Barrio Bread. So it's a lot of baking.
Mm-hmm.
Really baked baking theme. So we have whisks hanging out in the hotel. We have pins, rolling pins at the bar as footrests. So so the Pin plus Flower, Pin and Flower restaurant is how the name came about there.
Awesome. So, where have you been, and where have you been at, and where your journey as a chef?
As a journey as chef, I come strong from butchering side. I grew up on a ranch out by Kitt Peak. So raising cattle, raising horses, trading horses for riding, goats, geese, chickens, all the fun stuff. There would be times where we would get bones back from slaughter for the dogs on the ranch, extra food for them to stay loyal to the property. We got a bin back of goat's heads one time. It was just the eyeball though sticking out of the sockets. I was kind of like, it didn't sit right, 5-6-year-old kid, kind of like, you're a little uneasy, right?
That's a good sign, actually.
So my first cooking job in Sweets, actually on St. Mary's and I-10, I was doing bone-in New Yorks on a bone saw, breaking them down for the executive chef. And then I had a glimpse, like some bone marrow kind of started coming out as I was pushing it through. And I thought back to that goat skull with the eyes in the socket. I was like, okay. It came full circle. I want to take care of food, not only when it's from chef to plate, but from ranch to slaughter, around the whole thing as far as food is concerned. So that was the moment within. It was like, okay, I want to take care of food. This is what it's about for me. As gruesome as it can be sometimes, but I saw it at that end younger as a child. So as an adult, it's like, I want to take care of food. I want to make it nice. I want to prepare it nice. So, we go through all this hard work as ranchers, as farmers, raising cattle, raising produce, so it's important to me that the final product ends to where it needs to be, beautifully presented on a plate.
Awesome. And then so formal training, non-formal training, on-the-job training, how did that work for you and your journey?
So it's a lot of informal training, just by keeping myself in kitchens, working under more popular chefs when I was coming up through the game, some Iron Chef winners, some chefs that are no longer here in town, some that I'm still in contact with, but that always took care of me, always really taught me a lot. I did do some formal training at Pima Community College, but a lot of it's just been running the circuit, keeping myself in the game, trying to get into more technical kitchens as I've gone through. So yeah,
Cool. That's awesome.
yeah.
We're working up from the bottom. I mean, we've had every level of chef on the show, so we're excited to have everybody. And it's really interesting to see the different mentality from a chef that went through the culinary schools and really, did all that stuff compared to somebody that earned his stripes, a different way. So we can definitely appreciate that.
Yes.
So, what question do you have for him, Cody?
Are you working with any local ranches or anything? Or local
I
farms
have
besides
started
Fargo?
to get in the breaking ground of creating a partnership with Vera Earl. They have stopped by the hotel a couple of times. I have spoke with Ian. He has given me some samples, some top sirloin, which was very lovely. So we're looking to do something monthly at the hotel where we want to do like a Sonoran style barbecue smoke out. And I want to feature Vera Earl for that monthly as we get busier into season doing that. And then aside from that, seeing how that goes, I would love to totally get all their proteins in-house and strictly use Vera Earl to keep that local as well. So
That's awesome.
Awesome.
aside from that, we do go through Vario Bread. I have a close relationship with Don. He's brought me down to his bakery, showed me his ovens. I've gotten to see all the sneak peek behind there. So we have a close relationship, which has been nice. He's always been there. I've ran out of bread. He drives it up himself.
Yep.
Comes shakes my hand. So those are the two partnerships that we have right now. So it's been nice, working that, and we're working more and more. I want to get more into the community with SACA and all that.
SACA.
SACA, yeah, and do more of the competitions and that. So
Nice. Well, we do ask every chef that comes on a question. So what would you recommend as an item in the kitchen for an at-home chef to have? It's like your number one item, thing, food.
that's a tricky one for me. Nutritional yeast,
Really?
yes.
Nutritional
right.
yeast.
Is it like Vegemite?
Close, but it's so nutritional yeast.
Because that's like a threat. Vegemite is
right, no.
quite the acquired flavor and taste.
So it kind of gives you like a earthy, ancho, garlicky flavor, but nothing over the edge. But it's really, really good for digestive health, liver health, and blood health as well. So when people suggest things for home, I like to give healthier ingredients because I shop for healthy ingredients to cook with in my kitchen, because I get a lot of, I can't have this, I can't have that. And I was a dietary aide for a little bit in a women's shelter. So I was cooking on like milligrams of sodium and things like that. So I understand how it can be for certain people that it's important that kitchens have healthy ingredients. Number 2 would be liquid aminos.
Interesting. And we'll have to go into that a little bit more. We do have we have about 30 seconds left. We have an at-home question. Our Chef Joshua asked, what is your personal choice? Pancakes, waffles, or French toast?
French toast.
French toast. All right.
Waffle for me.
Well, with that, we'll be right back after this break. We're going to dig into some tasty bites with Chef Logan. And as always, stay tasty, Tucson. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. This is where I'm your host, Wesley Source. We're here live in studio. We have an amazing show going on. We have Cody Peck from Network Outdoors in the corner, who gave us a lovely update about the Wild Game Dinner. That's the one. We're moving it to November 9th. So mark your calendars. If you, we'll have that updated on the website.
This next week, we'll have everything updated for everybody.
Perfect.
Also, if Wes has paid attention and you are in the newsletter, there is a discount code for tickets.
What's the discount code?
Tasty Show.
Oh, what?
Nice.
So if I what you're saying is if I go to Eventbrite and I get tickets and I put in the code Tasty Show, I get how much off?
You will get 10% off.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
So pay attention to the newsletter and you'll get to see that also. Another
Well,
reason to subscribe.
how do you sign up for the newsletter for Network Outdoors?
Oh, I was trying to help you sign up for your newsletter.
Oh, yes,
but
of
they
course.
can sign up for our newsletter too. And the best way to do that is email me at Cody@networkoutdoors.com. Cody@networkoutdoors.com. That gets messed up a lot. They always call it networking or outdoors network, but it's networkoutdoors.com.
Beautiful.
Network.
And we'll get you on the monthly calendar for everything.
All right. So I think I've given you enough of a buffer. Are you back to normal now, Chef Logan?
Yes, yeah, for
Ish.
the most part.
Okay.
Ish, yes.
So Chef Logan has survived the Tasty Show challenge, and if you want to see that, you got to go back to YouTube or Facebook and watch the video. I think that the reaction of you actually did pretty good. I
He
think
did really good.
you responded the same way I did. I was at a chili cook-off this morning with the Cork Tucson, and it was pretty great because they actually raised money for kids to go to camp or summer camps.
Nice.
And it was a lot of fun, but there was one chili that was chili, like it was spicy. It had chilies in it, and it was ancho, it was habanero, it was jalapeno,
Ooh.
and there was a couple other things in there. Of course, there was chili in there, red chili, but I mean, it was spicy. I mean, it kicked, but it was not so spicy that it was terrible. Now everybody else was
Right.
like, "Oh my gosh!" But I think I've ruined my taste buds for a hot sauce.
Fried them a little bit, yeah. You were able to handle that extreme chili, so.
Fair enough. All right.
Right.
So it's on to my favorite segment, which
All
is
right.
Tasty Bites with the Tucson Tasty Show.
Perfect.
So tell us what you brought for us today.
All right.
Well, I brought prickly pear, blood orange creme brulee.
Oh my.
Oh my. I'm going to have to take like an extra
So,
bucket of those home.
oh yeah, I
Um,
brought extra.
They're
for
only
sure.
mine. You didn't read your contract. You don't get any food. Sorry.
The nice thing is we don't have a contract, so no.
You did sign the release form, which released all food into my custody. So
Uh-huh.
no. All right. So tell us about how you developed this flavor. How did you put it together?
So the sunsets here are beautiful. You know, we always got a lot of color, right? A lot
Yes,
of
they are.
contrast.
Mhm.
I do like to keep things a lot and strong in our region. I do love the Sonoran Desert. So this I kind of based off more of a visual than I did flavor.
Mhm.
I was hanging out with the kiddos one night, beautiful sunset over the monsoon. I had done a berry creme brulee. I wanted to do something different. So I was on my way to work
Okay.
up to the hotel one morning, and there was just this full prickly pear cactus with a bunch of napolitas in it.
'Tis the season.
Yep. So nice and purple, you know, caught my eye.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, go back, pick these down, scorched all the needles off, stewed them down, got the syrup out, and was like, okay, I'm here. Now I got some prickly pear juice. Now let me move this on to something else here. I wanted to do a brulee, but I wanted to capture kind of like the cloud-esque with the monsoon, so I brought in the blood orange alongside with it. So yeah, there we go. You know, you got kind of a desert floor, you're
Mhm.
bruleeing the sugar, kind of, you know, so it's more of a visual aesthetic
Sure.
with a little bit of prickly pear and some blood orange that I threw in there. So I'm going
Well-
to prepare a couple of those.
Let's get them. Let's get
If I
them
can
up.
get that going.
Absolutely.
Let's get this.
Excellent.
Let's get a camera on this over here.
Oh, I have 2 extra cameras because I took you off.
Oh, you just didn't love me, huh?
No, you're hiding behind your microphone. So I thought
Oh,
it was,
come on.
It was more fair to just have Chef Logan, who's not hiding behind his microphone. But everybody can still hear you, so we're good, right? All right. So
I'm going to line these up.
he's going to line them up. He has some plates. He has his pouches. And you got to see this because, I mean, this is going to be pretty cool. I think I've never had a creme brulee made in studio before, so I'm super excited about it. What do you line the pastries with?
Pastries, I do a lemon custard.
Lemon custard. Okay.
So we form them, bake them off, par bake them, get the lemon custard in there, and then finish them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get it going for dessert in house.
Okay.
Then I make a pretty simple custard here at the restaurant that I do. And then depending on how I want to cross versatilize it, I just add different flavors in. So today, what I wanted to bring in for you guys was obviously the prickly pear brulee.
Awesome.
This was something I tried to pull off at Knife Fight, but I did it with ginger at the end of the competition.
Yes. I thought you did pretty good, actually. You competed pretty well. So
Thank you.
That was exciting. Look at that. And is this something that's on your menu?
Yes, I just put this on a couple weeks ago.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I did some R&D. Wanted to make sure I was able to find all the nice right ingredients, candy the blood orange, and all the technique, the flavors would come through.
I love blood orange. What is it about blood orange that makes it so incredible?
I think it's,
For you.
It retains that richness, but it also kind of has more of a berry flavor behind it where it kind of sweetens out, but it's also citrusy at the same time, but then gives a robustness and kind of kicks back. So
That's why I like it. There it is. What are you putting on top?
here I have crushed sugar in the raw that I blended down with a little bit of powdered sugar and star anise.
Ooh, that's gonna be nice. We have about 2.5 minutes.
Right.
No pressure.
No pressure, none at all.
I've seen you in pressure situations twice before with Tucson Night Fight, which is a bracketed competition between chefs. And again, the finale is at Union Public House on October 7th. It's free to come out and watch, but you'll want to take advantage of the tasty bits at Union Public House. Oh, look at that. Are you excited, Cody? Yes, he is. Okay. He is speechless with excitement. So are you doing the dehydrating of the blood oranges in-house?
Yes, this is a 100% in-house dessert.
Awesome.
I think, actually, dehydrating the blood oranges is the hardest part about this whole procedure of dessert. So
Perfect. All right. So
Do you dehydrate or do you freeze dry?
dehydrate.
Okay.
watch out, Wyatt. He's got the caramelization happening.
They would never let me do this.
No, I've seen you with fire. It's dangerous. So, how can people get a hold of you? How can people come in and enjoy the food?
We are at 4626 North Campbell Avenue, and we are an open concept restaurant, so you never need to make reservations. The Pin and Flower is located right past the front desk when you walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Grab a seat, and one of our lovely waitresses will come up and hand you a menu designed by moi.
Beautiful. And you guys have mixologists in house too, right?
Yes, we have all crafts cocktails.
All craft. Beautiful. All right, so let's get these tried, and then we'll have.
Look at that.
Beautiful. The smell is amazing. It's just that melted sugar, the smell that you get from all the caramelization on the top. Look at. And of course, if we were in restaurant, this would be a little bit different because you plate these instead of out in the wild, right?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that all comes together really well, and it's very crunchy. Thank you very much for bringing it in. We're going to enjoy that during the break, and we'll be right back after the short break. I'm Wesley Source, your host of the Tucson Tasty Show. Thank you to all of our amazing sponsors. That is Saka, Viral Premium Beef, Your Financial Guy, Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra, Marketing, Print, and Mail. And as always, Stay tasty, Tucson. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source. We're here in studio live. And if you want to call in and chat with us, we're at 520-790-2040. That's 790-2040. And we have Cody Peck from Network Outdoors. And we're looking for, we're trying to get...
We're having some technical issues right now.
Special guest on the line. So, Cody, tell us a little bit more about Network Outdoors and how people can get involved.
Oh, you can come and get involved. We have, we're soon to be 9 states, and we have a virtual component going live in the next few months for every state also. But really what we have the first Wednesday, so this Wednesday coming up in October out at the Southeast Regional Shooting Park. We have a building over there where we're going to go break some bread, network a little bit, and then go do some trap and skeet shooting. And then in the Tucson area also on the third Tuesday at night, the same time, 5:30 p.m., we're over at the Marana Shooting Club, break some bread, network, shoot some rifles and pistols. And then on October 29th is our partnership with the Arizona Sands Club, as we're doing as I'm out running the outdoors committee over there, and we have a panel this month in October. I think it's a good month to do a women's panel. So we have Leah from ACT, and she is a female hunter, and we're going to have Shelly Allen Tucker, who's been with Network Outdoors for a while as an instructor and RL range safety officer, and she's a former competitive shooter, a trainer, and she teaches women. So we're going to ask them a little bit about that stuff on the 29th this month.
Awesome.
Yep. Well, I think I just heard a wonderful meal from Pen and Flour over here from Chef Logan, who's still with us. He was talking about a mango salmon with a Prosecco.
Yep.
Thank you. Rosé, and then finishing it off with his prickly pear creme brulee. Now that sounds fantastic. Did you come up with all of that by yourself?
Yes, believe it or not. Even the pairing of the wine. I used to have a snapper on the menu. I love snapper. I love doing different fishes seasonally. I wanted to do something different and do it full circle myself. So I made the meal at home, and I lined up a Cabernet Sauvignon, champagne, and a Prosecco Rosé. And as I went through the course of the meal, I just took sips of each different one to see which one I thought paired the best. And I think the sparkling Rosé just kind of fit the salmon and the mango the best way. Kind of kept this on the sweeter side, refreshed the palate with the bubbles on each bite that you got. And then, just with that Prosecco also flowing over into the dessert side as well with the prickly pear, just kind of drew it all together for me. So, and the color scheme of everything also, so.
I'm going to have to hide this episode from my lady, because the minute she hears that menu, she's going to be like, we're going there for dinner.
Yep.
And then the addition of the Vera Earl Premium Beef, which is beef that tastes like beef, and that umami flavor that you're missing from all the other beef that you've gotten from the grocery store.
To be honest, last night, the food was really good, but when I have had 4 now braised short ribs from Vera Earl.
Oh, the beef was not, there was nothing.
It doesn't compare. It doesn't compare. When you get something that quality of meat, that quality of good ingredients coming together from a lot of the top chefs out here, it just doesn't taste the same.
I grilled the top sirloin from home from Vera Earl. And it was, it rested beautifully. I grilled it to a perfect medium rare. It soaks in the finishing salt and everything. When you cut it open into it, it actually looks like how a piece of beef looks from when I was a kid growing up on a ranch, and you could just see how it's going to taste before you go in, and it melts in your mouth, and, there's no chewiness or anything to it at all. It's beautiful, beautiful.
They do a great job. We're going to be throwing them in for the Network Outdoors, their beef snacks. We're going to be doing, all our new members will get a beef snack for, I think it's about the next 100 new members across the nation that join in on top of their regular package. They get a beef snack from Vera Earl.
My goodness.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Those beef snacks are actually really good. Have you ever had any of the
No,
beef snacks?
I have not tried the beef snacks yet.
So the beef snacks are the sticks, but they don't have the typical problems that the normal beef sticks have, where you eat it because you're like, I want it, and then you burp it up for the rest of the day, right?
Right.
No, there's none of those ingredients. There's none of that stuff that's added in. In fact, you can pronounce all the ingredients on the back of the package,
And it's not greasy.
and it's not greasy.
Oh,
In
imagine
fact,
that. That's amazing.
the Arizona Sands Club actually uses their jalapeno cheddar one for their one of their drinks. It's the Bloody Mary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know they
got
did
in
that.
there.
Nice.
And yeah,
The jalapeno cheddar one that they have is one of my favorite from their beef snacks. Their number one seller is the maple bacon one. If you haven't had that one's
Okay.
good.
Yeah, talk about a
Very
great
good.
idea and doing something local like that with a snack though too, to just bring it to a Bloody Mary. I mean, come on now. That's
Right.
awesome.
well, it's like
That's
sticking a extra crispy piece of bacon in the Bloody Mary.
Mm-hmm.
You got to
Yeah.
do it,
Yeah, exactly.
and then you don't eat that first. You wait and let it soak up
Yes.
all the flavors and spiciness, and then you eat it. And producer Tina's like, "You're crazy." She doesn't like anything involved with that, but that's okay. That's more for me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think it's needed that at the golf course.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you like the bacon, but
Do you guys have do you guys bake sourdough or croissants over at your place?
I have done croissants a couple of times.
Okay.
Definitely a challenge.
Mhm.
Got to have some preparedness and time for that. But our dinner loaf is a sourdough white demi that we do daily for our dinner service at night. So when people come in for dinner, we just automatically bring out a mini loaf of bread. It's about like 4 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Next time I come on, that's what I'll bring for my tasty snack. So that's kind of us connecting with our guests that come in, from our roots to yours with the bakery and the pin and flour theme, breaking bread with people that are coming in to be with us, spend their time with us, So, I'll do a different compound butter weekly, and then we just walk out dinner, give them our story about the history of the hotel, how we started off in Montana. I don't know, Wesley, when you were in, if you noticed any of the Montana motif with the trees and the lumber and kind of that stuff. So it was the owner's vision. We didn't have that in the beginning. I did have to go out to some metal companies here around town to get some branding irons fabricated.
Oh, cool.
We do brand our own bread. We brand our steaks. So that's kind of, in a way, part of my history too, being back on the ranch and coming full circle as well as being a chef is, you branding our products, right? And, kind of like, was that the Branded or whatever it's called on TV, the show about Montana? Yellowstone. Maybe
Yep.
Branded's an older one. I'm thinking back in the day or something. But yeah.
Yellowstone's actually coming back. I don't know if I don't know. I had to get talked into watching that whole thing. It was kind of a train wreck from the start, but and we're not going to talk about the train station either. But but now that we're invested, but I really did like one of the prequels. It was 1922, but it had
21,
or
something
whatever it
like that.
was, but it was 1928 maybe.
No,
But it
that one
had
was like 1891 or something like that.
no, that's 1886.
Oh.
But it had Harrison Ford in it, and
Okay.
I mean, he did an amazing job. I mean, he just leveled up the whole thing, and I was like, okay, now I'm reinvested. Now I want to see what happens, and but he did some fun stuff.
Nice.
I mean,
haven't
Harrison
seen
Ford.
that one. I've
Yeah,
seen a
right?
few of the. I think I've seen about the first 2 or 3 seasons of Yellowstone, but I haven't seen any of the other series parts of it.
Mhm.
So when I get time to watch TV.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, when I find
That's
the time to sit there.
1923 is the name of the
1923,
show,
okay.
and that is on Paramount.
Is it?
So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Heck yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Do you have any words of advice?
what's one thing you need in your kitchen?
Yeah, we need to go back to that. The aminos. Why did you recommend the liquid aminos in your kitchen at home?
If you're looking for a healthy way to make something flavorful, a lot of people will go soy sauce or Worcestershire when they're doing a sauce or
What's
something
this
like
here?
that.
What's your sauce?
Worcestershire.
Sorry.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's liquid aminos is something your body produces on its own sometimes, you know, for your stomach and to digest food. This gives you sources and ups your aminos in your body to help digest even healthier and adding flavor to food. So that's why I, per se, like to cook with that as opposed to other options like soy sauce or Worcestershire. when
Is
you're
there
trying to
like
find
a
something.
certain brand you recommend on that side?
Yes, actually, and Bragg's liquid aminos. It's a yellow label, says Bragg's in black lettering,
Okay.
clear bottle, black top.
Perfect.
He definitely brought the most unique thing to what a home chef should have in their kitchen.
Maybe that's what you should have brought into
Yeah, right.
the knife fight, but there's always next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I chose ginger as.
Thank you so much for joining us today on the Tucson Tasty Show. We'll see you next Saturday from 3 to 4. We'll have we have a great show going for our Best of the Tasty Show, maybe, but maybe we'll be live. That would be awesome on location. Thank you for to our special guests that Chef Logan of Pin and Flour, Saka Vera Oral Premium Beef, your financial guy Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona Marketing, Allegra Marketing Print and Mail. Thank you for tuning into the Tucson Tasty Show. Remember to savor every delicious bite and keep those taste buds excited. Until next time, stay tasty, Tucson.